Today we finally pieced together Minecraft's most popular SMP series to see if there truly is a giant Minecraft multiverse. Our journey through the multiverse begins with a Minecraft series that you may or may not even remember. Founded by Grian, the Minecraft Evolution SMP started on October 2nd, 2017. The players on the server included Solidarity, In the Little Word, Netty Plays, Big B Stats, and System Z, and two other players, Grian's friends Tortoise and Pearlescent Moon, were later added to the series. The main premise of Minecraft Evo was that the players began the series in the early editions of Minecraft Beta, and after completing a series of tasks, the players would travel through a portal to the next edition of Minecraft. While this SMP with a twist seemed like a simple travel through time, there was actually a lot more going on with the server's lore than meets the eye. You see, the players on the Evo server were actually being toyed with by some godlike beings known as the Watchers. For the SMP players to travel to the next edition of Minecraft, the Watchers would pose a series of hints that the players would have to follow to find the portals. Little was known about the identity of the Watchers. All that was known about them was that there were two of them and that they typically only spoke in riddles and rhymes. There were also some entities known as the Listeners on the server that the players knew even less about, only known by their catchphrase, "There are those who watch, we are those who listen." Everything was going smoothly as the members on the Evo SMP continued working their way up through the versions of Minecraft, but something unexpected happened when the players discovered they would have to fight the Ender Dragon to progress to the next version of the game. After the Evo players assembled around the End portal to fight the Ender Dragon on the server, they all jumped into the portal, expecting it to be an easy fight because there were so many of them. What the players didn't realize, however, was that the Watchers had pulled each player into an alternate reality, but they would be required to fight the Ender Dragon on their own. Every player managed to slay their respective Ender Dragon, but when they all resurfaced on the Evo server into the next version, they discovered that Grian had not returned to the server. As it turned out, according to a unique End portal credits message from the Watchers themselves, after Grian entered the portal back to the overworld, the Watchers had chosen Grian to become the third Watcher. The Evo series continued without Grian, but he always remained in the background, watching. When the remaining players resurfaced on the server, the Watchers had moved them 6,000 blocks away from the Minecraft Evolution spawn, wanting them to start in a new place in the Evolution world. After journeying back to spawn, players learned that the Watchers had destroyed their homes and left a message demanding the players to start the Evo server anew in a different area of the map. At the end of the Evo series, a message from the Listeners led the Evolutionists to a portal to escape the control of the Watchers, and after going through the portal, players moved on to a new Minecraft series. On our next step through the multiverse, we need to look at the 3 seasons of the life-themed series: Third Life, Last Life, and Double Life. All these series seem just like straightforward fun, but little did we know that there is actually deep lore in the series. This brings us to In the Little Wood, or Martin, who has revealed the lore behind the Life series. During the Third Life series, Martin started being enticed to create chaos by some unseen entities known as the Shadow that only spoke in rhyme. After losing his final life during the final battle of Third Life, Martin was killed by Good Times with Scar, and he fell into an endless void, and the mysterious entities stated that they were not pleased with the outcome of Third Life. Entities restarted the series with a new twist to satisfy their undisclosed motivations, this time bringing the Boogeyman into the picture for Last Life to add a bit of betrayal to the series. During Last Life, the Shadow made its return during Martin's videos, continuing to entice him to spread chaos on the server as a member of the Shadow Alliance. We also learn that the Shadow is highly connected to the moon of the Last Life world, as this is where Martin believes the entities reside. During an off-screen conversation Martin had with the Shadow between the first 2 episodes of his series, Martin believed that it had told him that Martin and his friends, Solidarity, Mumbo Jumbo, and Impulse SV, would become one with the Shadow by the end of the series, which was a good thing according to Martin. This proved to be untrue when, after Martin lost his final life on the server at the hands of Dang That's a Long Name, he awoke in a dark void where the Shadow revealed that he misunderstood their bargain. The Shadow reveals once again that Martin had failed them, as he wasn't able to bring death to the server as much as they would have hoped. As the Shadow began to reject Martin and leave him in the hands of the light, the opposite of the Shadow, Martin asks about the Shadow's opinion on Grian. The Shadow states that Grian was only supposed to watch the series like the rest of them, and not actively be a part of it, revealing to the viewers that Grian from the live series was actually the Grian who became a Watcher at the end of Evo. Likewise, the Shadow was actually one and the same with the Watchers from the Evo series. Martin later revealed in a stream that the Watchers, displeased with the evolutionists escaping their grasps at the end of the SMP, created the life series in their anger. Anytime a player lost their final life in the life series, the Watchers would feed on their souls and negative energy, but their appetite was never truly satisfied, which is why they keep adding new twists to the series each season, to create more negativity to feast upon. Grian refused to stand idly by while the other two Watchers did this, so he gave up his godlike power and joined the other players in the life universe. Double Life then is just the next attempt for the Watchers to feed on the souls of the players, tying all 3 seasons into a multiverse with Minecraft Evo. Hang on, the multiverse is only getting bigger from here. Now, I'd like to bring up the connections that my personal favorite series, Empires, has to the other SMP series. Firstly, we know that both seasons of the Empires SMP take place in the same universe, just 1,000 years apart, as confirmed by the fact that Sausage of Sanctuary has flashbacks to his past life as Lord Sausage of Mythland through Season 2. We know for a fact that the Afterlife SMP highly is connected to Empires, because not only is this the server where the Orion Sound character originally hails from, but Sausage has had a few flashbacks to his past lives on the Afterlife server during his time as both an angel and a god. Sausage even recently built a cathedral dedicated to Saint Pearlescent Moon, a goddess originally introduced on the Afterlife server, with a church built in honor of her holy name. We also can connect Joey Graceffa's single-player Skyblock series with this little corner of the multiverse, especially considering characters from Season 1 of Empires, Lizzie the Ocean Queen, Season 2 of Empires, Princess Catherine and Mythical Sausage of Sanctuary, and characters from Afterlife, Shulk and Shadow Girl make an appearance in his series. You might be surprised to learn that we can also connect the rest of the life series of Empires as well. For example, when God Joel asked Lizzie the cat to represent him in court against Solidarity for a lawsuit, Lizzie describes that she has vague flashbacks to practicing law in a previous life. This is a clear reference to Lizzie's time as a lawyer on the X-Life server. Another example includes Codfather Jimmy and Scott Revendel's date from Season 1, which is littered with references to a previous romance the two had in a past life on the Third Life server, where they were known as the Flower Husbands. Not only did Scott decorate the dating venue with codfish named after the team colours from the Third Life series, but he also hung a pufferfish of peace on the wall, which was an artifact from the Third Life server that Jimmy used to show peace with his allies on the server. Finally, during Season 1 on the Empire server, Mythical Sausage of Mythland, believing he wouldn't live much longer as he was under the influence of Zarnath, wrote out his will, addressing each member on the SMP. When he got to Smallish Beans, Sausage gave Joel his Church of the Blood Sheep, asking him to use it to help bring back Jeremyism, a religion founded by Joel during his time on the X-Life server. We also know from the very same episode of Sausage's Empire series that his hardcore series, One Block, Source Block SMP, Legacy SMP Season 1, and Single Player World all exist within the Empire's multiverse, as Sausage travels to each of these worlds to gather variants of his dog, Bubbles, from each of them. We've got a lot of other connections to go through, so let's make this as quick as we can. We know that Hermitcraft has a really good chance of being part of the multiverse thanks to Grian's visit to the Empire's Season 1 world, with Jimmy in Fwip, where he briefly mentions that by him visiting Empires, he is expanding the SMP multiverse. Also, fans have speculated that False Symmetry's character, who originally hails from a different world than the Empire server, might actually be from the world of Hermitcraft. So only time will tell as we explore her backstory more this season. All 9 seasons of Hermitcraft are all canonical to each other, which should come as no surprise. In Season 6 of Hermitcraft, in his testing facility known as Area 77, DocMC77 enters a strange portal that leads him to the Mindcrack SMP, bringing the old SMP series into our little multiverse. Further, Mumbo Jumbo entered a portal that led him to the Psycraft server back during Season 6 of Hermitcraft, where he took a tour of the redstone masterpieces the server members had created. Get ready, because this connection is huge. During the Third Life series, Rendog took on the title of the Red King, and according to Ren's own lore, his king's crown is actually the same crown he earned by winning MCC 9 with his fellow blue bats, False Symmetry, Fruit Berries, and H-Bomb. As we have recently seen on the Dream SMP, CPK has recently discovered that he has the ability to travel the multiverse, and he visited the Minecraft Championship universe, making it canon to the multiverse of the Dream SMP. So to summarize, here are all the series that we have a pretty good feeling exist within the same multiverse. The Evolution SMP SMP, Third Life, Last Life, Double Life, Afterlife, Empires SMP Season 1 and 2, Joey Graceffa's One Block Survival World, Hermitcraft Seasons 1 through 9, the Minecraft Championship Series, Sidecraft, Minecraft SMP, multiple Mythical Sausage Minecraft series, Minecraft Championships, and the Dream SMP. But this is only the beginning.